50 up. And that brings a big cheer from the quite big crowd still remaining here. A few minutes before 7 o'clock on the third evening of this Cornhill Test. 97 was the deficit on the first innings. There were 4 more added to take the England total at the close of play along to 54 for 3. Gooch out for 13, Atherton 4, Hick no score. Unbeaten, Lamb on 25, Ramprakash on 7, 5 extras, 3 for 54. The bowling figures, once again dominated by Ambrose and Marshall. Ambrose 9 overs, 5 maidens, 2 for 13, Marshall 1 for 22, and Allen and Walsh bowled 5 and 4 overs respectively. So 100 and 54 for 3, West Indies 397, West Indies 43 runs ahead, and the weather forecast not all that good from the West Indies point of view, because they said there might be thunderstorms and showers during the day. The West Indies don't want to lose any time at all. We join play now after a prompt start with umpires Kitchen and Hampshire. In the very first over, 2 runs have been added. The man who might make the most of these conditions, Malcolm Marshall, is bowling to Alan Lamb.
And that's where he likes it best, I would venture to say. Short, rising outside off stump to play. And that was the in-swinger. It did go, actually. It did move a little bit, but also moved away to the fine leg boundary. So England begin this rearguard action with a very profitable over indeed. Well, here's Curtly Ambrose, who's taken 7 wickets in the match so far. Good fortune visiting Mark Ramprakash. Thick inside edge, comes past the front of the stumps, and he's off the mark for the morning. Oh, that's beautifully bowled again. The ball really moving around this morning. A great test for these England batsmen. Oh, there it is, the old washing out to dry again. Oh, that's a beautiful in-swinger, and must be very close. It's out. Beautifully bowled, and I think we nominated from the start, Raymond. That is exactly what Malcolm Marshall was trying to get right from the first over. So Alan Lamb goes, LBW Bull Marshall for 29, and England's 4th wicket is down for 67.
Yes, the only thing that could have had any doubt, if there was any doubt, would be height. I don't really think there's any real problem in height there. No, I don't think Alan Lamb could grumble at that. It was a miscalc, clever bowling, but a miscalculation by the batsman.
That's a nice shot by Mark Ramprakash. A couple of runs in that, as Ian Allen tries some fancy footwork.
That is a good. And that's beautifully bowled again by Marshall. Smith's going to get 2 for it, but that was very clever bowling. The bouncer and then the inducker just found. Beautifully bowled. What a great over. And well, just 4 overs this morning. All the shouts there to no avail from the umpire's point of view because he gave leg byes.
Yes, Courtney Walsh bowled such an excellent nip back ball. I think he thought that Mark Ramprakash nicked it, and it was a chance of a catch for Geoffrey Dujon, but not really. It just came off the pad.
Something of a bludgeon there, but quite beautiful also.
Well, I rather think Robin Smith enjoyed this. He's been made to work very hard by Malcolm Marshall, and then when he's got one short of a length, he's rocked back from that front foot and cracked it right in the middle of the bat.
Beautifully bowled. He's playing a shot. They won't get that. It might well have hit the stumps, but he had the common sense to play a stroke. Although not all the fielding side may agree with that.
Well, this is another gorgeous swinging in-swinger, but look, I think he was lucky to get away with that, Mark Ramprakash. That ball's hit him before the bat's come down, but he did have the good sense, Mark Ramprakash, to carry on bringing the bat down. When the ball hit him on the pad, the bat was nowhere near coming down to play the ball, and I think he's very, very lucky to get away with this. Look where the bat is. Look where the bat is when it hits him, and then he keeps it coming down after it's hit the pad.
Yeah, brave umpire to give that out. Here's Courtney Walsh. That's going to be fairly close. Well, there's no shortage of incident here, with England just one run away from making West Indies bat again.
Well, the cheer goes up for that single, because that brings England level now with West Indies, and we are officially at the stage when England are 0 for 4. Out, caught him, Richards caught it. Caught it so easily. Tragic for England. Robin Smith caught Richards, bowled Walsh for 15, and England now 5 wickets down for 100. That puts them 3 runs ahead with 5 men out.
Yes, I think we could see there the exclamation from Robin Smith, a bit cross at himself. That's not one of his shots. I think a little lapse in concentration here from starting again, being sat in the pavilion. It's a back foot drive so early in his innings. Super length and line by Courtney Walsh, a little bit of bounce. And I think he is just a little cross with himself for playing that shot so early.
This is Jack Russell. Nearly got away with that one, and then
First ball from the pavilion end. Nearly Jack Russell's last. And there's another one. He's got his man. Great one-handed catch. Ambrose does his little dance, and Ramprakash is the man they wanted, and they've got him. Caught by Dujon for 21. And 106 for 6, and the end of a gallant innings by Mark Ramprakash.
Well, that's disappointing for Mark Ramprakash. In the 20s again. That's a pretty good delivery. There's extra bounce there from Ambrose. Got to play. That's close enough to play. Held its line, keeping going out. And you can see that extra bounce. And well, it was a fine catch at the finish by Dujon.
Oh, it's bowled him. Fatally back when he should have been forward. Probably off the pad or bat, or even both. And Courtney Walsh He wins that battle of the Gloucesters. Russell bowled, and now England absolutely on the brink. 106 for 7.
Now Jack Russell getting a little bit square on when he played that, but I do think it probably kept a little bit low as well. There we see it. It's pitching just outside. It did keep a bit low, in fact. I think he was a little bit unlucky there, was Jack Russell.
Philip DeFREITAS. Close. Walsh wanted it and thought he'd got it. Look where he is, no more than 2 paces away from the batsman.
Yes, I think Philip DeFREITAS might have been a little apprehensive there as John Hampshire's hand moved coin from hand to pocket. Well, that's probably just missing leg stump. That's probably a good decision.
Well, Pringle played that as well as he could because there was lift, it took the shoulder of the bat, and he did well to keep it down.
Gully there.
Got himself a little bit on the front foot and outside, but there was a lot of movement there before, during and after that ball.
Well, it's a fine delivery again, good length, and look at that nip back. And I don't know really, I think that just brushed the pad, and some were probably shouting for LBW and some were probably shouting for a catch.
If that was back of the bat or off the glove. More likely back of the bat, I think. He got it, slipped, lost it in the background. It went out of his hands once, and then he grabbed it in slightly desperate fashion the second time. Pringle has gone. 115 for 8. Pringle out for 3.
Well, Phil Simmons at Gully seems to lose this, not quite pick it up. Nice ball from Courtney Walsh, it lives. He didn't quite pick it up at first, he slipped, and then with great relief he juggled it and caught it and safely clutched it.
New batsman is Richard Illingworth, joining DeFREITAS. That's a good shot and sensible tactics. I was interested to see when Illingworth came out that there was quite a long conversation between him and DeFREITAS. I suspect it might be a case of pick up what you can, Philip. That. This is sensible cricket. It would be gilding it a bit to say England have taken the initiative, but this is what they must try to do at this time of the innings.
Yeah, super shot by Philip DeFREITAS, and it's noticeable how the crowd have really warmed to these tail enders, and particularly Philip DeFREITAS.
Ambrose just short of him. Didn't pick it up in the dark background.
Well, this is a dangerous shot. It's up there a long time, but Curtly Ambrose down at fine leg just can't quite get round.
Illingworth has strike. Field is crowding. It's very well played by Illingworth. Well, that's an excellent little partnership between DeFREITAS and Illingworth. 15 off the over.
Oh, what a terrific effort. Richie Richardson seemed to pick it up late, looked to have missed it, and then all but clawed it back. Well, that's 4. That brings up the 150. And that's out. That's the 9th wicket. That wasn't a very good shot because Simmons taking the catch, the end of Richard Illingworth. And really, he could have played that down without any comfort, but almost seemed to get carried away with what was going on at the other end. So England, the end of that partnership, and now 153 for 9, 56 ahead. David Lawrence. Oh, no problem. As good a shot as we've seen all day. It'll be what they want, which is 2. Well, there wasn't much wrong with this in footwork, timing. Well, Philip DeFREITAS now is playing much more sensibly.
That was very, very well played. It was beautifully bowled also. It's in the air, but it's safe. Courtney Walsh is the 3rd man. They'll take 3. It's Curtly Ambrose to DeFREITAS. That's a lovely stroke by Philip DeFREITAS. 3 more to him. That's his highest score in Test cricket. Lawrence has gone for the pull shot again. Got that one off the meat of the bat rather than up round about the splice. It was a good shot.
Well, I rather suspect that David Lawrence was expecting this. He's sort of waiting, hits it right in the middle of the bat.
That's a super shot.
Well, this is a peach of a shot. This is the best shot he's played for me, David Lawrence. Right slap bang. He really creamed it through the covers. And I'm sure that Courtney Walsh didn't enjoy it, but David Lawrence did.
Pressure brought the fumble from the fielder, and Philip DeFREITAS has made his first Test match half-century. Well, that is terrific. He's a very good cricketer. He thoroughly deserves the standing ovation he's getting around this ground now. Well, not only is there excitement around the ground now, but there is sheer enjoyment of what's going on out there in the centre.
Well, this is just thrilling for the England players and frustration for the West Indies.
Well, that was magnificent. The 200 comes up. The lead is now stretched to 104.
Little chip shots and worth 2. And that is the 50 partnership. That's come off 66 deliveries. Really, there's no stopping him now. Only worth a single, but it was right out of the meat. Well, there was an appeal for that, which Dujon is signalling, I think, that it didn't carry. Not that Lawrence didn't hit it.
I think there may well just have been a little edge there. I could see John Hampshire just peering around the bowler.
Well, he didn't really middle it, but it certainly runs 4 of them. And it's very rare you find a tail-end fast bowler who can play off the back foot, but when he can, it really does give extra pleasure to the crowd. Just look at this. That is out. Finally all over, caught by Hooper. Lawrence is the one to go. It's caught for 34. DeFREITAS is left 55 not out. England 211, which leaves West Indies 115 to win.
Oh, yeah, some beautiful shots played. This was, again, just a little bit ambitious, a little bit on the up. It wasn't quite a half volley. And a good catch there by Hooper, but marvellous innings by both these two players.
It certainly was a terrific performance from both DeFREITAS and Lawrence. 55 not out and 34. Highest Test match scores for both of those. 21 extras in that total of 211, which was much better than England might have expected at one point. Wonderful bowling from Ambrose and Walsh today. Ambrose 27 overs, 7 maidens, 3 for 61. Marshall 2 for 49, and Walsh 24 overs, 7 maidens and 4 for 64. It's just the way it looked when the England innings ended. England 300 and 211, and the West Indies 397, just about to bat again, and they need 115 runs to win. Now it's going to be DeFREITAS and Lawrence to open the bowling for England, and the main requirement is that they keep the ball up to the bat, make the West Indians play at it, and don't get too excited. Here's the first over. DeFREITAS is the bowler, and Phil Simmons is taking straight.
Oh, dear me, that could have been a catch. There was no gully, a deep point, and suddenly it's a different game.
Well, DeFREITAS right on a length. The ball holding its line and bouncing that in the middle of the bat handle.
He's got him on the drive, and Simmons goes. Caught by Jack Russell, 1 for 1.
Well, thick deflection there, but, well, it's not a very good shot by Simmons. He really was hitting it on the up without getting across to it. And that's a pretty poor stroke.
Well, there'll certainly be 2. Richard Illingworth, the fielder. That's a lovely shot. But who's the man to cut it off? Lawrence falls over after the throw. A terrific throw. Oh, well, that was a much too short. DeFREITAS' first poor delivery. And this is the value of somebody like Desmond Haynes in a situation like this. There shouldn't be much pressure, but there is. Well, that was lively. No ball called. Terrific shot. Well, Richardson is a flamboyant player.
Just missing leg stump. It was a vehement shout.
Yes, there was indeed, and most of the crowd who've had a really splendid day here and cheered David's batting on, all were appealing with him.
Close but not close enough for England there. Richie Richardson, who remained 10 not out. Desmond Haynes is 8, 20 for 1, 1 extra, and the man out Simmons caught Russell bowled Lawrence for 1. And the bowlers used, those 2 batting heroes, DeFREITAS 3 overs for 8, and Lawrence 2.3 overs, no maiden, and 1 for 12. Runs to win today.